What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Mists of Pandaria Classic, and today I want to talk about how you can make very easy gold every single day in Mists of Pandaria Classic. This is something that you will want to work towards, you will have to spend some time, but once you have set everything up, you can make thousands of gold every single day by playing for about 10 or 15 minutes. The gold per hour value is really good, and the sooner you set this up, the more gold you can make. The thing is, these methods of making gold will be very worthwhile throughout the entire expansion. So once again, the earlier you set this up, the more value you get from the time spent setting it up. Either way, a word from today's sponsor, and then we get into it. Here we go. This video is sponsored by Solheim's Gold Guides. Available on Gumroad, these guides will teach you all you need to know about making gold in various versions of World of Warcraft. Farming, crafting, flipping, several different ways of making gold, all in one place. You also get access to a Discord server where you can interact and share ideas to make even more gold together. In that same Discord server, you will also get early access to gold making videos and exclusive content. So, if you are ready to take your gold making to the next level, go to solheim.gumroad.com and find the gold making guide for the version of WoW that you are interested in. Now, for those of you who have been watching every single video on my channel the past 4 months, this will kind of be information you already have, but it's good to have it all in one place, and there's brand new people joining Mists of Pandaria every single day, and the thing is, I use the exact strategies that I'm going to cover today to make a bunch of gold even in Cataclysm, and the thing is, I made a bunch of gold through the entire expansion of Cataclysm, with even barely trying. I just log in for about 15-20 minutes every single day, and I print about 2, 3 or 4,000 gold every single day by doing so. Either way, let's go. Now, I'm going to try to cover this on a step-by-step basis, so the things we're covering first in the video is what you really want to focus on, and then later we try to squeeze out more profit as well, but it takes more time and rewards less. So if you just watch half the video, you're fine, you've done the important part, but then you can continue squeezing out even more profit as well over time. Either way, the first things you really want to set up are professions, and when it comes to printing gold and making gold easily, you want to have 2 professions with daily cooldown crafts. So for example, here I have tailoring and inscription. The reason for that is that tailoring have access to imperial silk, a daily cooldown turning 8 bolts of windwool cloth into this thing right here, imperial silk. And for scribes, you can do a daily craft as well, called the Scroll of Wisdom, and this one right here gives you, well, a Scroll of Wisdom on a daily cooldown. This right here can be used in making Dark Moon cards, for example. If I just search up here, Dark Moon card, and we go to Dark Moon card of the Mists, you can turn 1 Scroll of Wisdom and 10 Starlight ink into a random Dark Moon card. Now, you also have Alchemy that also has a daily cooldown craft, which is this one right here, Living Steel, once again on a 1-day cooldown, turning 6 trillium bars into living steel. You can also kind of rush these cooldowns except for inscription, but both for alchemy and tailoring you can make more of the item you're making by actually using, what are they called? Spirit of Harmony, there we go. So you can combine Spirit of Harmony and the trillium bars to make more living steel, and the same thing goes for tailoring as well. You can go to tailoring and use a Spirit of Harmony and the 5 bolts to make, once again, imperial silk. Later in the expansion, engineers will also get access to a daily craft they can use to make the Sky Golem mount, which will be really valuable when that's introduced in the game itself. Either way, I want to talk about the bonuses, or basically the pros and cons of doing these daily crafts, and which professions you really want to focus on. First, let's talk about inscription. You are basically doing Scroll of Wisdom on a daily cooldown, and you can turn those into Dark Moon cards, which gives you these trinkets shown on the screen, just as an example. Basically gives you a tank trinket, a healer trinket, a melee DPS trinket, and a range DPS trinket. Now the thing about these trinkets is that they are best in slot for almost everyone, so in phase 1, this will be really valuable, because basically everyone wants to have one of the DPS trinkets, So demand is going to be insanely high, and the prices here are based on supply and demand as always, but also you can only make one Dark Moon card per day, compared to both Cataclysm and even Wrath of the Lich King. People could mass produce cards, and even in Cataclysm, Volcano decks were 50,000 gold on my server for the first month, so imagine how expensive these cards are going to be in Mists of Pandaria when you can only make one card per day. It's going to be insane. Now the bad part about Inscription is that while it's very much in demand in phase 1, every single phase after phase 1, demand goes down. Meanwhile, supply keeps going up because people still do their daily craft, so price will absolutely crash in phase 2 and moving onwards. So this right here is a very good way to make gold in phase 1, not so good in the rest of the phases, and Mists of Pandaria have 5 phases in total. Then we go over to tailoring, and for tailoring it's very good pretty much throughout the expansion. It's not gonna be inscription levels in phase 1, but it's gonna keep being good for pretty much every single phase. For tailors you can make Imperial Silk on a daily cooldown, and you can also use Spirits of Harmony to like make more of them, but it's going to be more expensive, and for making gold easily, you just want to focus on the daily cooldown craft here and getting that Imperial Silk. You can also get 2 battle pets while doing your daily craft, which can be worth a little bit early in the expansion, so more tailors equals more chances at the battle pet as well, which once again could be worth a little bit early in the expansion, because once again, supply and demand. Now, one of the things about tailoring is that it kind of keeps its value throughout the entire expansion, because while you're crafting BoE epics, you get access to better BoE epics later down the line. Imperial Silk, for example, is used in making epic BoEs in phase 1, but when Throne of Thunder comes out, or Throne of Thunder, yeah, I think it's Throne of Thunder, you basically get access to Celestial Cloth and Spirits of War. It might even be Siege. Either way, later in the expansion, you get access to a brand new daily cooldown craft and a brand new epic recipes relevant for that phase. So you can make epic BoEs in phase 1, and sell those for thousands of gold, even tens of thousands, and in phase 4, phase 5 you can do the same thing with an upgraded daily cooldown craft. And the thing is, going back to the first daily cooldown craft, you can even turn that into bags. Like if the epic BoEs goes down in value, you can still make gold through bags. I did the same thing in Cataclysm, selling the illusionary bags, I think they're called, by making the daily cooldown craft with tailoring and selling bags. I made about 5,000 gold per month simply through making bags on every single tailor. So if you have 4 tailors, you basically paid for your sub throughout the entire Cataclysm. And then you also have Alchemy that has access to Living Steel, right, which is using Trillium bars to make Living Steel. For me, Alchemy is also one of those that is relevant through the entire expansion, because Living Steel will be relevant through the entire expansion. Blacksmiths use them to make epic BoEs, and they're also being used in engineering, for example, to make epic BoEs, and the mount, the Sky Golem mount, they also need Living Steel. Everyone that uses bars, pretty much, have some crafts that requires Living Steel. So to give a quick summary, Inscription could be very good in phase 1, but it will go down in value over time. Meanwhile, tailoring plus alchemy keeps their value over time pretty much through the entire expansion. So for me, when it comes to my alt army, it's mostly tailoring plus alchemy. I mean, I have 20 alchemists and 10 tailors at the moment, but I have 5 scribes. So I'm focusing way more on alchemy and tailoring, but also a little bit on inscription. For tailoring, it's also worth mentioning that your tailoring characters have to be located at this place right here, the Silken Fields in Valley of the Four Winds, in order to do their daily craft. So you simply want to park your characters right here, and then you can do the craft. While talking about professions, it's worth noting that you can only train, at least as of now, this might change, but as of now, you can only train Pandaria professions in Pandaria, which means if you have a level 80 character and you want to do Pandaria professions, you technically can, but it's difficult. So how can you learn these professions when you have to go to a Pandaria trainer if you are below level 85 or you just don't want to do the intro? Well, option number 1 is to buy a summon. try to get a friend of yours plus another person to summon you to your trainer, wherever that is, like Silicon Fields for tailoring, or Half Hill has a bunch of trainers. Just find your trainer and buy a summon. That is option 1. Option number 2 is to get a mage to teleport you to Shrine of 2 Moons for Horde, or Shrine of 7 Stars for Alliance, basically the capital city. Buy a portal, and from there get anyone with a 2-man mount to fly you to your trainer. So for example, this, what is it called? Sandstone Drake? I don't have that, but either way, Sandstone Drake is a 2-person flying mount, which means anyone with Sandstone Drake can then take you, no matter what your level is, from Shrine to your trainer. You can even pay them to taxi you, basically a taxi service, in Pandaria. Either way, once you have set this up, you can then start working on your Sun Song Ranch, which is in Half Hill, which means if you have tailoring characters, they're really close to Silken Fields, so you can be in Half Hill plus Silken Fields basically at the same time, and get started on your farm as well. Over here, I would recommend you do this on every alt, because you get 4 plots instantly, and the next 4 are super fast as well, so 8 plots of land is super easy to get. And then the last 2, or the last 8 basically, this one right here plus this one, they are kind of harder to get. They require way more reputation, and one of them even requires flying, but now you can buy a book for flying as well. Either way, work on your farm. It's a bunch of dailies, start doing those dailies, you make a bunch of gold from it as well, raw gold as well at the same time. So do your dailies, work on the farm, and make more gold that way. I mean, you can even plant song bells like I have right now, and they give you most of harmony every single time. If you have a full farm, that is 1.6 spirits of harmony every single day per character. If you have 10 characters, that is 16 spirits daily. Now, it is quite hard to say how much gold you can make from this method, but referring back to Cataclysm, if you have 5 characters set up with daily cooldowns, you basically made enough gold to pay for your sub through gold by buying the WoW token. So 5 characters set up equals you're playing the game quote unquote for free. So yeah, 5 characters should be enough for a WoW token, and then if you have 10 characters, it's way more. Right, so set this up as soon as you can and start printing gold. It's information you might have in the past, either way it's all in one place. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like down below and let me know how you're making gold down below in the comments. I really hope this method right here helps some of you make a bunch of gold in Mists of Pandaria. Either way, that's it for now. I'll see you guys in game or on stream over here on YouTube or on Twitch. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again in the next video very soon.